Welcome everyone. My name is Gayle and I'm so glad that you're joining me for this practice because we're going to have a lot of fun together. So this is going to be a whole body flow that's just kind of a fun flow going back and forth between different poses, working on our one-legged balance. And we're going to focus on some strength building at the beginning to prepare us to be able to have fun and just move around in a nice, fun and creative way. So let's start on our backs. So take a moment here. You can rest your hands on your belly. Let your knees rest in on each other. And we'll just focus on taking some clearing, soft breath so we can feel the breath move within our body and open up our body and our mind to our breath. So as you inhale through your nose, feel your chest and your belly lifting. And at the same time, feel your back. You want to feel your back pressing into the earth and your ribs expanding out to the side. And when you exhale, think of just relaxing, letting everything, your whole body relax towards the earth. And continue to focus on your inhales and your exhales, feeling a full body movement. Feeling that there's this spherical action that happens when your breath enters your nose and goes into your lungs. And that action of the lungs filling up with air presses on the ribs, expanding the ribs. It presses down on other organs. And it really affects every cell of our body. See if you can make your breath soft and yet feel the power in the breath. With every exhale, just let your mind clear out so that you can be completely present in this moment. Allow your body to relax and settle down into a place of equanimity, peacefulness, being very relaxed and receptive. See if you can make the breath as silent and as soft as possible. So that maybe you hear a faint sound of your breath, but we're not trying to constrict the throat. We're actually trying to relax our throat. Now, you can keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes. Just rest your hands by your side. Bring your feet about hip distance apart, fairly close to your hips. Lift all 10 toes. Spread the toes out as wide as you can apart from each other. And then let the toes just settle down, rest on the floor. Press energy into your big toe mound, energy into your pinky toe mound, and energy into the center of your heel. And feel that tripod of your foot begin pressing down into the earth. Keep pressing down enough so that your hips lift up. And as you exhale, slowly let the back round down, coming back so that your whole back body is on the ground. And we'll begin to move our hands, our arms. So as you inhale, let your hips rise up as you reach your arms up and behind you. And as you exhale, start to bring your arms back as you lower your back down to the ground, letting your hips and your hands touch together. And continue this motion, inhaling, pressing down, lifting up. Feel how your glutes start to engage. And as you exhale, the arms have to move a little bit faster than the hips. And see if you can time it so that your hips and your hands touch down together. A couple more times. So as you lift your hips up and you reach your arms up, feel the back of the shoulders plugging into the ground. And as you lower down, feel your back expanding lengthening the low back until your sacrum finally settles down. A couple more times. Inhale, press down, lift up, and exhale, slowly relax down. Now hug your right knee into your chest. You can interlace your fingers around your knee, squeeze your knee in towards your chest. Then release your hands down by your side, keep the knee hugging in, and press into your left foot. Lift your hips up. Keep squeezing that right knee in towards your chest. And slowly lower down. We'll do that 2 more times on this side. So squeeze your knee into your chest, lift your hips up. Keep squeezing your knee as you lift up through the hips, and slowly lower down. That takes a lot of core activation and really activating the hip flexors. So again, squeeze your knee into your ribs, press into your left foot, let your hips rise up, keep squeezing that right knee towards your chest, and slowly lower down. And we'll switch sides. So place the right foot down, pick the left knee up. First, squeeze your knee into your chest, get that feeling of the knee hugging in nice and tight. Replace your hands back by your hips, press down into your right foot, squeeze your left leg in as you lift your hips up high, and slowly lower down. 2 more times. So the action of hugging in, your leg might separate a little bit from your ribs, but you're still trying to hug it in, and lower down. 1 last time. Squeeze your quads into your chest, into your ribs. Lift your hips up and slowly lower down. Hug both knees into your chest. And widen your knees apart a little bit. So your knees are like snugging against your ribs. Float your feet up and just hold the back of your thighs, pressing your thighs toward the ground and lifting your feet up toward the sky. Press up through your big toe mound. And reach your hands up your legs. Keep your shoulders on the floor. If your hands can reach your feet with the shoulders staying down, hold your feet. If the shoulders start to pull up, then just lower, hang on to any part of your leg that's a little bit lower, keeping the shoulders down, and just gently rock from side to side. And hold on to the back of your legs, and we'll use some momentum to rock forward and back. So keeping your chin tucked, rock up. You might stop for a little hover. 1 more time. Rock all the way up, and we'll come onto our hands and knees in tabletop. So spread the fingers nice and wide. Stretch your right leg back. Press into your big toe mound. And then pull your knee into your chest. Bring your knee forward, maybe tap your arm, and stretch your leg back. Push into your big toe mound, activate your core, and then pull your knee in again, and stretch it back, and pull it in. Squeeze up nice and tight, squeeze your heel towards your hip, stretch it back. Again, pull in, lift up, keep that heel lifting as well. Straighten your legs, stretch it back. 1 more time, exhale, pull in. This time we're gonna hold and just try and lift up a little bit higher. Push into your hands, lift up through your leg, and set your leg back down into tabletop. Stretch your left leg back. Push into the big toe mound of your left leg. Feel how that lifts up through your ribs, lifts up through the belly. Keep your leg nice and strong, and then pull your knee up nice and tight, hugging your heel towards your hip, your knee towards your arm. And stretch it back. Re-energize the leg by pressing down into that big toe mound. Keep that energy. Pull your knee up and forward. Stretch it back. Push down. Lift up. Bring your knee forward. Press it down. Do that little like pressing down to feel that counter lift up. And then hug your knee in as tight as you can. Press it forward. Last time. Press down. Hug your knee in. Keep that heel high. And come back into your tabletop. Let's do some cat cows. So as you inhale, stretch your chest forward, tailbone up. And as you exhale, round through your spine, lifting the belly, lifting the front ribs. And just go back and forth. Trying to feel as much range of motion as you can in your spine. and finding like a smooth gliding action. It's kind of magical, like you're tapping into the energy of the universe, that eternal ebb and flow. Walk your hands back to your legs. And now this is where you might want to use some blocks. So I'll show you both ways, using blocks or books or something to elevate yourself. Place the blocks or your hands just a little bit behind your knees. And then we're gonna bow forward a little bit, lift up through the shoulders, and then press down, pull your knees up to your chest and lower down. So that's what it looks like with the blocks. And without the blocks, you probably won't lift maybe quite as high, but you grip with your hands and pull your knees up, pressing into your hands, leaning forward a little bit, and lower down. So that really activates your core, it works your hip flexors, and it can really help you balance when we're stepping forward and back between these one-legged standing poses that we're going to be doing. So again, bow forward, lift the shoulders, push down through the top of your feet, lift your knees up, and lower down. Take an inhale, exhale, press down, lift up. Inhale, lower down. We'll do 3 more of these. So exhale, push down, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We'll do 1 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Nice. And walk your hands forward, spread your knees apart a little bit, and rest in child's pose. On your inhale, feel that whole inner body expansion. On your exhale, tap into the rest and digest part of the breath. So always remembering to balance some relaxation with the effort that we put into whatever it is that we're doing, whether it's yoga or our job or our life in general. We need a feeling of balance. So lift up enough to tuck your toes and stretch your hips up and back into your down dog. You're gonna bend one knee at a time and stretch out through the opposite heel, alternating legs. Try and keep your weight shifting back away from your hands. So the hands don't do all the work, but that the work is distributed nice and evenly through your hands and your feet. Step the right foot in a little bit and reach the left leg up. Hug your heel to your hip, draw your knee in towards your chest. Bring your knee forward, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale, pull it up. Or you could alternate. It could be inhale, lower down, exhale, pull up. We're gonna do 3 more of these. Really tapping into some deep core strength. Last one. Oh yeah. Stretch back to your down dog. So if you can get your hips way back, it's gonna be more restful and not so hard on your shoulders, because when we were forward, it was a lot of work on our shoulders and on our core. So we just want to give our body a break. So feel free to rest in child's pose for a couple breaths or stay in your down dog. It's completely up to you. It's for a couple more breaths. And if you were in child's pose, come back into your down dog. This time step your right foot in a little bit, reach your left leg up high. Reach back and then hug your heel to your hip, your knee to your chest. Stretch your knee forward. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 1 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stretch back to your down dog. Lift your right leg up. Hug your heel to your hip, your knee to your chest. Step your foot forward into a lunge. Straighten both legs. Push into the tripod of your foot. Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, center of the heel. So push your foot down and a little bit forward. Pull your right hip back and stretch your chest forward. So you should feel a nice, juicy hamstring stretch on the back of your right leg. And you can bend your knee forward. Let your knee come forward of your toes and stretch back and straighten. Now, if you have blocks, you're welcome to have your hands on blocks here. We'll just go back and forth a couple more times. Nice and slow, being slow and mindful, playing with that edge, but trying to not overdo the edge either. Good, now we'll come into crescent lunge, so lift your back heel up, press down into your front foot, rise all the way up, reach your arms up, reach your heart up, reach your fingertips back, keep their legs nice and strong. Try and knit the ribs in a little bit. Nice. And lower your hands back down and step back into your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, sweep your left leg up. Hug your heel to your hip, your knee to your chest. Step your foot all the way forward and start to straighten the front leg and bend the front knee. Back and forth. Syncing with your breath. Noticing all the sensations, the stretching, the strengthening, different parts of your body being activated. And bend your knee right over your ankle, lift your back heel up, rise up, crescent lunge. Lift up through your heart. Reach through your fingers, reach through your feet, maybe gaze up toward the sky. And bring your hands back down, step back into downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, bend your knees, come up onto your toes and walk your feet forward. Lift and spread all 10 toes. Keep the spreading of the toes and lower your toes gently to the floor. Reconnect into the tripod of the foot. Press down, rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. With your eyes closed, feel the earth underneath your feet. Feel that connection of the earth up into your body. Let your breath soften. Let your body sway a little bit if it wants to. Kind of finding its place in space so that your body can align itself in an optimal way for you. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up and exhale, forward fold. Place your hands down, step back into plank. Keep your back fully engaged, your legs engaged. As you bend your elbows, lower all the way down to the floor. With your toes, curl up into your cobra. Nice, slow cobra. Think of reaching your chest forward, drawing your shoulders back. Elongate through the low back as best you can. Lower back down, tuck your toes. Press back to your down dog. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg up, hug your heel to your hip, draw your knee into your chest, step your foot all the way forward. Crescent lunge, rise up. And then we're gonna step forward and hug our left knee into our chest. So lean forward a little bit, press off the left leg, hug your knee into your chest. And for this first one, let's take our hands and interlace around our knee so we can really hug that knee in nice and tight. Try not to round your back too much, but lift up nice and tall, and then release your arms up. Step your foot back into crescent lunge. Take a moment to fully explore your crescent lunge, opening your heart toward the sky. And on an exhale, bring your hands back down and step back to your down dog. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg up. Hug your heel to your hip, your knee to your chest, step your foot forward, rise up, crescent lunge. Again, take this opportunity to open your heart up toward the sky. Reaching back through your fingers, pressing down through your toes. And then lean your body weight forward into your left foot. Pull the right knee up into your chest. Maybe grab your knee, hug it in nice and tight. Keep that lift as you reach your arms up and step back into your crescent lunge. Bring your hands back down. Step back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg up. Draw your heel in toward your hip. Hug your knee into your chest. Step your foot forward. Crescent lunge. Rise up with your breath. And we're going to add another step onto this. So lean forward. Pull that left knee up nice and tight. And now step like half a step forward. So then see if you can keep your right heel down, but lean a little bit forward into your left foot. And then we're going to press off the left foot, pulling your knee up nice and tight, just like we've been doing and all these other exercises, pulling the knee in, and step it back. Crescent lunge. Open up. Bring your hands back down, step back into your down dog. Left side, sweep the left leg up, hug your knee into your chest, draw your knee forward, step forward, rise up, crescent lunge. Take a big breath here, and then step forward into your left foot as you draw your right knee up into your chest, pull it in nice and tight, and then step it forward like half a step. Lean forward, but press into your left heel so you stay fully grounded through your left foot. And then you're going to press off the right foot, hugging your knee into your chest, and step back, crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your hands back down. Step back, down dog. And I hope you're having fun. Even if you're wavering and falling a little bit, like that's part of the learning process. And it's important to be comfortable with, in quotes, failure, meaning maybe you can't do it exactly the way you want to right now, but just think of that as an opportunity to learn and grow. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg up. Hug your heel to your hip, your knee to your chest, step your foot all the way forward. Rise up, crescent lunge. Open your heart up to the sky. Reach back through your arms, then shift your weight forward, pull that left knee in nice and tight, and step it forward. Reach forward, but keep reaching down through your right heel. And then pull your knee back up, nice and strong. Step back into your crescent lunge, and this time we'll open up, Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Nice, gaze out through your fingers. And notice how solid your foundation feels. So really let your legs be active, let your core be active, let your whole body be active. So the arms are strong, the legs are strong, the core is strong. And then you reach back, reverse your warrior, and windmill the arms, step back into down dog. Step your right foot in a little bit, reach the left leg up. Hug your knee into your chest, bring your knee forward, step forward, rise up, crescent lunge. Take a breath here and really ground down and lift up. Find that balance between the upward movement, the downward movement. And shift your weight forward. Pull that right knee in nice and tight up to your chest. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. And step it partway forward. Pressing into your left heel as you reach forward. Feel that nice stretch in the back of your calf. And then pull your knee up strongly. Step it back. Crescent lunge. Open up, Warrior Two. Feel free to adjust your feet so that you can really ground and connect to the earth. And at the same time, find this inner expansion. Reach up and back, reverse your warrior, and windmill your arms, step back to your down dog. And we'll do that last sequence one more time. So step your left foot in a little bit, reach your right leg up. Hug your heel to your hip, your knee to your chest, step your foot forward. Rise up, crescent lunge. Pause here, connect to the earth, connect to the sky, and bring both of those energies into the movement as you step forward, pulling your right knee up and stepping forward, Reach forward as you press back through your heel, and then pull your knee up again. Step it back into crescent lunge, and open up, warrior two. Take time to ground and find your connection into your whole body as you reach up and back. Reverse your warrior, come back forward. This time we'll sweep the back arm forward, coming back to crescent lunge. And bring your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg up. Hug your knee into your chest, step your foot all the way forward, rise up, crescent lunge. Ground down, and at the same time, open up. Lean forward, draw your right knee into your chest. Step your foot partway forward, reach back into that left heel. Press off the right foot, bringing your knee up nice and strong. Step back, crescent lunge. Open up, warrior two. Feel your whole body engaged and electrified and playful. Reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. As you come back, sweep the back arm forward, coming back into crescent lunge. And back to downward facing dog. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here, stretching out the hips, stretching out the legs. And walk your feet forward to your hands. We're going to come into a squat. So feel free to widen your feet as much as you want or need to. Maybe turn the feet out a little bit. Lower your hips down. Bring your hands into a prayer position and think of pushing your elbows into your knees. Let your head bow a little bit towards the earth, towards your heart. And just let yourself just sway a little bit, rock a little bit here. And lower your hips slowly to the floor and come onto your backs. We'll just do a couple of twists just to wind down before a short savasana. So hug your knees into your chest. Just do a little rocking side to side or circles. And open your arms out to the side. Your knees can stay hugging in or they can open up a little bit into like a 90-degree position. It's up to you. Shift your hips a little bit to the left. You can wiggle them to the left and twist over to the right. When your legs touch, when your right leg touches, just let yourself relax here. Turn your head to the left. And feel your breath moving through you. And we'll stay here for a few more breaths just to let our body wind down. But notice if you feel like a kind of charge through your whole body. Not a kind of charge that makes you nervous or, makes you anxious, but a charge that makes you feel alive. And draw your left hip toward the ground to bring your legs up. And you can shimmy your hips over to the right and twist across to the left. Turn your head to the right. Let everything relax. Just let go. Soften and release. At the same time, enjoy the sensation that comes from a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of effort, a little bit of working out, and yet balancing that with a sense of playfulness, relaxation, expansion. Both sides are important. The yin and the yin and the yang, the effort and the surrender. And pull your right hip back down. Lift up, center your hips between your shoulders. Widen your feet as wide as the mat. And begin to gently windshield wiper, stretching your knees to the right, and back up to center and over to the left. Just like luxuriously moving slowly through time and space. Or maybe through timelessness and space. Just with a feeling of relaxation, surrender, and being carried by an inner movement, an inner spring, an inner sensation. And next time both knees are over to the right, pause here. If you want a little extra stretch into your quad, you could think of stretching your left knee forward in the direction of your kneecap and just gently pulling your belly back. So it's very subtle, but at the same time, it's very powerful. So powerful doesn't have to be exaggerated and forceful. It can be subtle and sweet. And bring your knees back up. Twist over to the left. And this time, if you want, you might want to just relax here, or you might feel like you want just a little extra stretch, and you can reach that right knee forward, pull the belly back. It's almost like you're trying to pull that right hip back, just a micro amount in space. And we'll take a breath or two here, just softly relaxing. Bring your knees back up, hug your knees into your chest. So first, don't use your hands, just squeeze. See if you can squeeze enough that your butt lifts off the floor. Even your sacrum just barely hovers off the floor. And then wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a nice big bear hug. And relax, stretch your legs out. Coming into a short savasana. Well, I'll be with you for a short savasana, but you are welcome to stay here as long as you like. Focus on your breath, especially the exhale, and letting go, surrendering. Feeling your breath move in and out through your body, gliding gently, effortlessly. You're welcome to stay here longer. Or you can start to move through your fingers and your toes, stretch through your arms and your legs. And when you're ready, bend your knees and gently roll to your side. And we're going to pause just for a moment in this place of transition, taking time to savor the sensations that you're feeling through your whole body. Feeling the interconnectedness of all the different systems, your digestive system, your respiratory system, your circulatory system, your lymphatic system, your nervous system. And gently use your hands to press yourself up into a comfortable seat. So we're coming back to where we started. Close your eyes and notice the transformation, the shift. Because no matter what you're doing, and every time you come to the mat, there's always an opportunity to learn something new, even with the familiar. To find a sense of wonderment and fun and creativity through your movement and linking up with your breath, opening up through your heart. Please bring your hands together in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I'm so glad that you dedicated the time to come to this practice. And I hope that you spread the word with your friends. I hope that you are already subscribed, or you can subscribe. Hit the notification button because I'm going to be doing lots more practices. And please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how you feel after doing this practice and any suggestions that you might have, any requests. So thank you again so much. See you next time.